welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're going to take something that usually feels like a massive, frankly exhausting financial mountain, seeing an extra $10,000 in your savings account, and we're going to turn it into a totally actionable, completely stress-free reality. We're breaking down the insights from the 10,000-pound blueprint to give you the exact steps you need to build a serious financial safety net.
I mean, literally picture that for a second. Imagine opening your banking app on your phone right now, refreshing the screen, and boom, seeing an extra $10,000 just sitting there securely. Depending on where you're starting from today, that might sound incredibly daunting, maybe even impossible, but the source material makes a really clear, powerful argument. With the right structured plan, hitting that 5-figure milestone is absolutely achievable for anyone. To get there, we're going to break this massive goal down into a really simple step-by-step system. First, the $10,000 blueprint. Second, calculate your timeline. Third, cut major expenses. Fourth, increase your income. And finally, automate your success.
All right, let's dive straight into part one, the $10,000 blueprint.
Look, the absolute fastest way to save $10,000 is to just block out all the chaotic financial noise. Seriously, forget the fat investments, ignore those incredibly complex, headache-inducing budgeting spreadsheets, and just focus intensely on these 3 structural pillars. You need to cut your major expenses, increase your income, and automate your savings. That's the whole shebang. That is your foundational architecture. If you can get these 3 gears turning together, the money is naturally going to accumulate without you having to constantly micromanage every single penny.
Moving right along to part 2, calculate your timeline. Okay, before we even think about cutting costs or boosting your income, we need a clear mathematical target. This instantly demystifies the entire process. Breaking that grand total down by a specific timeline transforms a total pipe dream into a highly focused project. If you want to save $10,000 in 10 months, well, the math is super simple. You need to save $1,000 per month. If your goal is a bit more aggressive, say 5 months, you need to hit $2,000 per month. Knowing your exact target is what keeps you relentlessly focused.
Let's actually just focus on that first timeline for a second. Wrap your head around that number. Saving $1,000 a month is literally all it takes to hit your $10,000 goal in less than a year. Think about how much more manageable that feels. When you break a 5-figure mountain down into a monthly quota, the panic completely disappears. You know exactly what you're aiming for every single time a paycheck clears.
Which brings us to part 3, cut major expenses. Let's bust a major myth right here and now. So many people try to save money by agonizing over skipping their daily $5 coffee, right? Or avoiding avocado toast. But the source material points out a really stark reality. The real needle-moving savings come from reducing your big structural costs. We are talking about the heavy hitters here. Housing, transportation, dining out, and those expensive forgotten subscriptions that just quietly drain your account month after month.
And why does this matter so much? Because cutting just 1 or 2 large expenses acts like lifting a massive anchor off your finances. It can literally save you hundreds of dollars every single month. By negotiating slightly cheaper rent, maybe optimizing your transits you aren't paying for premium parking, or just drastically reducing your restaurant budget, you instantly free up significant capital to funnel straight toward your monthly target. You don't have to suffer through caffeine withdrawal to build wealth. You just need to optimize the big ticket items.
All right, on to part 4. Increase your income. So there's a hard limit to how much you can cut from your budget, right? But there is virtually no limit to how much you can earn. It's time to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance by exploring proactive ways to bring in more cash. Think about freelancing your skills, finally selling those unused items gathering dust in the garage, raising your hand for overtime at your current job, starting a new side hustle, or, hey, even picking up some part-time weekend work. Here's a critical reality check. Extra income accelerates your savings so much faster than cutting small expenses ever could. Adding a brand new revenue stream is basically the ultimate cheat code for this blueprint. It acts like rocket fuel for your timeline, helping you easily hit that $1,000 or $2,000 monthly target with way less stress on your day-to-day living budget. And finally, part 5, automate your success. Okay, so you've cut the big expenses and you've got this extra money flowing in. Fantastic. Now the absolutely crucial step is removing human error entirely. You need a flawless, factory-like system to capture this new wealth. Set up an automatic transfer every single payday. The goal here is to ensure the money moves straight into your savings account before you even have a chance to look at it, let alone spend it on some impulse purchase. By automating things, those funds are secured the exact second you get paid. To really make this automated system stick, you have to adopt this powerful psychological hack, the savings bill. Just like you pay your rent or your electricity bill every single month without question, you need to make saving a completely non-negotiable payment to your future self. Treat it like a mandatory utility bill for your financial freedom, one that simply cannot be ignored, skipped, or delayed for any reason. As you put these steps into motion, keep this thought in mind. Saving $10,000 isn't about being perfect. Seriously, give yourself some grace. You might have a bad month where an unexpected emergency pops up, and you know what? That's totally fine. The real secret is just consistently making smart financial decisions and staying committed to your timeline. If you start today and you stay consistent, you are going to be absolutely amazed by how fast your wealth actually grows. As we wrap up this explainer, we've seen exactly what it takes. You know the math, you know to target the major expenses, you know how to boost your income, and you know to automate the whole shebang. You have the complete blueprint in your hands. So I'll leave you with this one thought to chew on. Are you ready to start treating your savings as a non-negotiable bill? When will you make your very first payment to your future self?